WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Phone 888-924-3786. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Farm and Home Supply. Shop Farm and Home Supply for all your farm, home, and outdoor needs. Stop by at 1501 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Triplet Heating and Cooling, servicing all brands of residential and commercial HVAC systems in the Lincoln and Logan County area. Call 217-651-8683, Triplet Heating and Cooling, an authorized Bryant dealer. Hollenberry and Bennett Funeral Home, providing peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Family owned and operated by Chris and Leslie Bennett. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer football, Town & Country Bank helps empower the financial well-being of communities, one person at a time. Online at townandcountrybank.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Rail Splitter football.
This is First Responders Bowl 2, Bob, the second year that we've done that here. And the Railers are dressed, as you said, in their camouflage jerseys. Hope we'll be able to see the numbers pretty well tonight. But we're ready for kickoff, and here we go with Jerseyville starting the game, kicking off.
Out there on the special teams on that front line is Ryan Fruget, and here's the kick by Jersey High School. Goes along the sideline and handled there by Isaac Decker. Decker dodges one player, tries to make a tackle, and then there's about three Jersey players there to tackle him around the 15-yard line, and there's where it's going to be 1st and 10, and that's Chris Coyne, and that's the way we like it, baby. Chris Coyne, State Farm Insurance, the first down of the game for the Rail Splitters.
That kickoff hit the ground about the 20-yard line, Bob, bounced on the 15, bounced high, and Decker had to reach up to grab it, and by the time he did, there were several white shirts down there to stop him, so he had no running room, and the Railers are going to be on the 15-yard line to start the game.
We want to thank the kickoff sponsor, Chicago Street Rentals, located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Darren Stevens in the shotgun out of that wing formation. Man in motion, high snap. Got to go back and get it, and he just lays on it just across the 5-yard line. So a high snap, and the Railers now back on the 4-yard line. While we've got a chance, the list of the game sponsor is Me Realty, and it's time to check tonight's list of the game sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell. And if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. And whenever you got a chance, Coach, give us the list, top 3 lists of the game.
Okay, well, we just lost 5 yards on a high snap there, Bob. We didn't get a playoff, so it's going to be, well, we lost 10 yards, it looks like. It's going to be 2nd and 20.
Here's the snap. Quick handoff. And the Lincoln Rail Splitter is hit deep behind the line of scrimmage. Hard to pick up the running back's number from here. We're way up high in the press box, and they're all the way down. It looks like around on the 3-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and long for the Rail Splitters.
Yeah, I didn't see who that was. It might have been Carson, but he had no running room.
All right, the Railers have got to dig out of a deep hole here, or else they're going to have to punt away from their end zone. Darren Stevens out of the shotgun. One man back there with him. He's going to roll out to his right. Looks for a receiver. He's got an excellent arm. Going to throw long and incomplete. The intended receiver was... looks like... Was that 7? That could have been Gabe Smith.
Well, anyway, the ball was overthrown just barely. He got behind the defender, but the ball was slightly overthrown. He had to throw it a long way. So it's going to be a punting situation for the Railers here. Now there's a penalty. Yeah. Oh, a holding penalty on the defense.
That was Kenai Carson was the intended receiver.
Okay, we got a holding penalty on the defense. I don't know if that's an automatic first down in high school. It could be.
That would be nice. It was 3rd and 22 from the 3. 10:38 left on the first quarter clock. That's going to move the football up.
That's a 10-yard walk-off.
That's close to a first down.
Well, no, look at the other stick, Bob.
Oh, okay.
It's 3rd and 12.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong stick.
3rd and 12.
I thought it was Christmas. Sorry.
So we get to run that play over, so we got another chance here to get a first.
3rd and 12 now for the Rail Splitters. Kanai Carson split here to the near side. There's a man in the slot. I believe that's Decker it is. Decker in the slot here on the near side. The far side of the field's Kobe Glenn. Stevens rolls out to his left, throws along the sideline and tipped away and incomplete. So now it's 4th down and 12, and the Rail Splitters are going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, it was tipped by a Jersey player, and I didn't see who he was thrown to. I didn't see a Lincoln Railer there in that area, Bob. I'm not sure if he was opening or breaking for opener. I don't know. But anyway, it was we had a quick start here, Bob. We're a little behind. I'm trying to catch up.
O'Donohue will be on the snap for the Rail Splitters.
That first series for the Railers was not a good one.
Ledley back in his own end zone, waits for the snap. He's got it. Boots it away. Nice end-over-end kick, and it's going to bounce past the 50-yard line, slap back inbounds, back up around. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Jersey High School at their own 45-yard line.
Well, let's real quick here as we exchange possession here, Bob. The keys for the game tonight, and this came straight from Coach Sikowski's. And number one thing is to stop the run defensively. Got to stop the run of Jerseyville's. And number 2 was run the ball. Now that first series we weren't able to do it, so hopefully that picks up. And the third one was for our skill kids are going to have to make some plays tonight.
Thank you, Coach Schweitzer. That's tonight's list of the game, brought to you by Me Realty. When you're ready to list your home, contact the professionals at Me Realty. Out of the gun, Jersey High. Here's the snap out in the flat. That's number 1. The big guy's hit hard, and he's into Lincoln territory at the 48-yard line. That was number 1, Isaac Decker on the tackle for the Rail Splitters, and that was Keegan Griffith, the junior 5'10", 145 that caught the pass. And their quarterback is Tanner Brunau. Here's the snap, handoff, right side. Good job of the Railer defense there. The running back that time was number 22, the fullback, Aiden Talley. Got the handoff from the quarterback, Easton Hefner. Hefner's a junior, 6', 160. The quarterback wears the number 3.
Frank Sanders in on the tackle there at the line of scrimmage, Bob. Just short 1-yard pickup, 3rd and about 3.
Jersey High comes to the line out of the gun. That's Eaton. That's Hefner. The quarterback's got the snap. Handoff.
Oh, yeah.
Good job of the Lincoln Railer defense.
Oh, my God,
That's beautiful job. That was 22, Aiden Talley. And
that's Wackendorf in there, and 69. Is that Sanders again, I think, in on that play?
Big Frank Sanders. Sanders checks in at 6'2", 195, very quick. Talley was shook up on the play, and he's up now. 4th down and 6 now at the 49-yard line of Jersey High. Hefner out of the gun.
He's a punt.
No, they're going to punt it away. I'm sorry, they're going to punt it away. Here's their punter. Lincoln's going to get the ball back. That's Keon Carson's got the ball at the 12, to the 15, to the 20, dances to the 25, to the 30, stays on his feet to the 35, to the 37-yard low goes Keon Carson, number 24 for the Rail Splitters. Got a couple of good blocks along the sideline there, and he juked a couple of guys, and he makes it out to the 37. What'll be Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby.
Better starting position now than we had on the first possession, Bob. So hopefully the offense can settle down here a little bit and run some plays and get some yardage here.
8:42 left for the first quarter. Quarterback Darren Stevens gets the play from head coach Matthew Silkowski, and he goes back into the huddle. O'Donohue in the offensive line comes up to the line of scrimmage. Stevens, the lone man in the backfield out of that wing formation. Man in motion's Keon Carson, makes the turn on the right side. He's got big yardage. Got a first down at the 50. He's going to go. Along the sideline goes Keon Carson. Start dancing in the streets. That's a touchdown and 6 points for the Rail Splitters. And that's a Joseph Patrick Ryan Country Financial touchdown for the Lincoln Rail Splitters. And from the line of scrimmage at the 37, Keon Carson got the handoff, got some great blocking on that left side, Coach, on that left side of the offensive lines. The tight end, Jaden Ledley. Over there is Tate Johnston and Evan Wackendorf, and they opened up a highway for Keon Carson.
There was a couple guys he had to shake off to tacklers, but as soon as he got by them, Bob, it was his speed down the left sideline, the far sideline, that got him all the way to the goal.
O'Donohue will snap it. The placement will be by Decker. Angel Harrow will attempt the extra point. The point after touchdown. Here's the snap, the placement, the kick looks good, and it is through the uprights. The Rail Splitters lead 7-0. That's a Joseph Patrick Ryan financial touchdown for the Rail Splitters. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry and Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Have you ever seen somebody treated unfairly because of the color of their skin?
Do you guys know what it means to have white privilege?
What is racism and what do you think about it?
Talk to young children about what racism is, giving them the language to understand it. They can be disruptors. They can shape and shift culture.
We may not always know the answer, but we'll try and help you learn.
You don't have to have all the answers, but that doesn't mean we can't start.
Harrow waits for the whistle. There it is. Harrow on the approach and the kick from his own 40-yard line. Gets it away. That's his best kick of the year so far. Back to the 5. Up to the 15 at the 20. Running room there. And a nice tackle there in the open field. We'll try and pick that up. I think that was number 1 for the Rail Splitters. I think that was Christian Brown. It was for the Rail Splitters. Christian Brown, a junior, 5'6", 135 on the tackle for the Lincoln Rail Splitter football team.
Yeah, it's a good thing he closed on him because there was a huge running lane up the middle, and Brown was able to cut him off there at about 33 for this first down here.
1st and 10 for Jerseyville. Their quarterback is Easton Hefner. Their tailback is Aiden Taylor. Their fullback is Aiden Talley. Out of that I formation, handoff to the tailback. Right side, he's stopped, held up at about the 36-yard line. So we're going to say about a 3-yard gain there for Jersey.
That was looked like Kobe Glenn was in on the tackle, Bob, along with there was another Jersey in there. Didn't see the number, but there was 2 or 3 Railers there, led by Kobe Glenn to make the stop.
Ball at the near side hash mark. We're under 8 minutes here. The Lincoln Rail Splitters lead Jersey by a score of 7-0 early on the touchdown by Keon Carson. 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Easton Hefner out of the shotguns, got the snap. He's going to keep it, and there's a tackle by Isaac Decker.
No.
Decker throws him for a loss.
Oh, that's Frank Sanders. Yeah,
Sorry, Frank Sanders
yeah.
On the tackle.
Came in from his defensive line position.
Frank Sanders has been the surprise of the year defensively for the Rail Splitters.
He faked and was going to try to roll out to his right, but Sanders was there to stop him before he could get out from behind his center and dropped him for a big loss back to the 31, a 5-yard loss.
Frank Sanders is a sophomore, 6'2", 195. Ball at the 31-yard line, 3rd and a dozen for Jersey. Keegan Hefner brings him to the line of scrimmage out of the gun. He's got 2 running backs. Fakes the handoff. Now he throws up the middle. A screen pass, as you said, Coach, and they stop him. They hold him up at the 40-yard line. They got a nice gain there, but the Rail Splitter defense held.
Yeah, that was a nice play, a nice screen pass there, and he had some running room. And then the defense, the defense really has some speed out there, Bob, and they closed on him. He got to the 41, and it's going to be a 4th and about 2, and they look like they're going to punt again.
Jersey in the Miami Dolphin-style uniforms, the white uniforms with the aqua numbers. And they're going to punt away. Watch for the trick play. No, they're going to kick it away, and it's going to go end over end, and that's going to be, I believe, Isaac Decker. Decker at the 20 to the 25. There he is at the 30, and he's finally stopped and taken down at the 33-yard line. I'll double-check that, but I'm pretty sure that's number 13. It is Isaac Decker, and another good field position for the Rail Splitters, and that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby.
You never know what happens when the punt hits the ground before you catch it, what kind of bounce it's going to take, but he got a favorable one and got a block out there and got it out to about the 35-yard line.
Coach Schweitzer, we got a good spot there at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice return of a punt, so it's a good place to start another drive.
6:15 remains in the first quarter. Lincoln Rail Splitters 7 and Jersey High School 0. Stevens out of the gun. Kenai Carson, he's got the handoff, makes the turn on the right side. He's got another first down. He's going to go again. The speedster, Keon Carson, going to take it all the way to the end zone. There he goes, Coach Schweitzer. And you see a flag?
Flag on the 41.
Oh, no. It was another great run back by Keon Carson, but a flag on the play, and they may bring it all back.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold against the Railers, I think. Is the call.
Oh, no. Holy cow. Keon Carson, he looks like the old drag strip out on Prim Road. He's got 4 gears, and when he gets it in high gear, it's adios, muchacho.
Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, there was a guy that looked like a linebacker, but he couldn't match him in speed, and he just ran away from him to the end zone. Unfortunately, it's going to be a 10-yard walk-off against the Railers for holding.
From the point of the hold was at the Lincoln 40-yard line, and now they're going to spot the ball at the 30. The original line of scrimmage was the 35, so we lose 5 yards overall instead of a touchdown.
Yeah, that was the exact play that they ran and got the first touchdown. I didn't know if they'd go back to it right away, but they did, and it worked, except for a hold. So a hold maybe sprang him. Who knows?
O'Donohue up over the football. Stevens has got a lone running back with him. Looks along the line of scrimmage, and he's going to hand it to the fullback. We'll have to pick him up, and another flag. Yeah, another flag on the play. Lincoln out to around the 33-yard line. Can't pick up who that is, but another flag on the play. This time, holding against Lincoln again.
Yeah. Well, you know, the game last year down in Jerseyville, the Railers were plagued by penalties. They had so many penalties that went off our chart. So this is not a good start here in the first quarter. Back to the 20-yard line.
Moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
So that's going to be first and 25 for the Rail Splitters. Split wide to the far side is Kenai Carson. Stevens out of the guns, got a man in motion. Now he hands it off up the middle. Here's the run to the 30, the 35, 40, Lincoln to the 45, 50, and finally wrestled out of bounds across the 45-yard line of Jersey. And that was Isaac Decker on the run for the Rail Splitters.
Railers were trying to get a horse collar call down there on the tackle here on the sideline. It looked like he grabbed him the top of his shoulder pad, but they didn't get the call, but they got the first down in Jerseyville territory.
And that's a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it. Coach Schweitzer, we've got a double-barreled shotgun offense in Keon Carson and Isaac Decker.
Well, last year, the two of them total yardage, Keon 1,110 yards and Isaac 652 running and catching.
Dynamic duo running that football. Stevens got the ball, and it's blown dead. A flag on the play. I believe he handed it off to a new running back in there. We've seen him before. Peyton Bunner, the sophomore, was going to be the running back, but we got the penalty against this coach and the ball back to the Jersey 49-yard line. So now it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Lincoln Rail Splitters. Lincoln Rail Splitters lead it 7-0. You're listening on 96.3 FM and on WLCNonline.com. Hope you're enjoying it. O'Donohue up over the football on the near side hash mark. Lincoln out of their wing formation. Now they got Ledley lining up tight end on the right side. Man in motion. They hand it off up the middle and stacked up at around the 47-yard line. Christian Brown on the run for the Rail Splitters. They spot the ball, as I said, at the Jersey 47-yard line. Checking into the lineup is Kenai Carson. along with number 24, and that is Keon Carson. Stevens now got the play from Coach Matthew Silkowski. He'll go into the huddle, and O'Donohue will come out over the football. Kenai Carson here on the near side. On the far side of the field is the young man that scored the touchdown for Lincoln last week, and that's Gabe Smith. Man in motion, fakes the pitch. Now Stevens going to throw long and incomplete. Intended receiver was Kenai Carson along the sidelines, and it was a good pass. Had him wide open, but Kenai just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, it was just a little high. He reached up for it, but he just couldn't hang on with those hands, and it was a nice play, nice design play there. He had plenty of time to throw, good protection up front. Kenai just couldn't hang on.
That's going to make it 3rd and 13. Up on that front line for the Rail Splitters, it's Johnston, Wackendorf, O'Donohue, Dom, and Sanders. Ledley also up there on the blocking from his tight end position. O'Donohue up over the pigskin. Big play for the Rail Splitters here at 3rd and 13 at the Jersey 47-yard line. Here's a snap to Stevens. That's Keon Carson, and this time they stop him. Keon made the turn, and they stopped him at the line of scrimmage. So now it's going to be 4th and 13 for the Rail Splitters. 4:34 remaining here in the first quarter from Hanlon Field. The score, Lincoln Rail Splitters 7 and Jersey High School 0.
Yeah, that's the defense finally caught on to that play, Bob, and they stopped at that time. We'll have to try a different direction maybe next time, but it's going to set up a 4th and long, and Railers are going to punt.
Lincoln's going to snap it. Jaden Ledley will punt it away. Ledley, an excellent punter on his career here at Lincoln High. Here's the snap, perfect snap, plenty of time, high end over end kick, and it takes a Lincoln bounce. It's going to be a good roll, and finally downed at around the 11 or 12 yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Jersey High School.
I don't know if they got a new snapper in there. That ball, a little slow getting back there, and he took his time to punt it. And
I was trying to pick his number up. I couldn't get it.
He got away a nice spiral. I mean, he's a little wobbly, but it was a nice high spiral punt with no return. So as you said, the Jersey is going to take over on about the 11-yard line?
Rail Splitters lead at 7-0. 1st and 10 for Jersey, as you said, Coach, at the 11. 3:52 left in the first quarter. Hefner out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers on each side of the field. Man in motion. Fakes. He hands off to him. He's got running room, and the defense finally takes him down, but not before Jersey gets a first down.
He made a nice cut back there, Bob. He's trying to go right and saw an opening and cut back to his left, and that's where the running room was. He picked up about 11 for a first down.
3:43 left for the first quarter. Now the clock's running again. 1st and 10 for Jersey, as Coach told you, at the 22-yard line. Jersey comes to the line of scrimmage. They keep the clock running. Easton Hefner. This time he comes up under center, got the snap, hands off to his fullback. He's got running room up the middle, still stays on his feet, but the Rail Splitters finally stack him up for about a 5-yard gain.
Initial hit was out there by, I think that's Isaac Decker. Yeah, it was Isaac Decker come up from his secondary position, made the initial hit there, and got a little help afterwards, but not before they picked up about 5 yards on the play.
Checking in on that defensive line is Evan Wackendorf. He's a junior, 6'1", 300-pounder. 2nd and 5 for Jersey at their own 27-yard line. Hefner up under center. There's the handoff. Right side, got some running room, tripped up. He's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, I think he got it. He fell over the yard to gain line and made a little juke there, and helped him get a little free for some running room. Got out to the 33-yard line for the first down.
2:44 left in the first quarter, and Lincoln leads it 7-0. Hope you're enjoying it on 96.3 FM out of Atlanta, Lincoln. This time Hefner's going to operate out of the gun. He's got the snap, wants to throw, bullet across the middle. He's got his man, and he's wrapped up, breaks the tackle, and then another Railer comes up and hit him, but another first down for Jersey.
Hey, Johnson make the initial hit there, Bob, but he wasn't able to get him down. He got some help, and now they're going to stop and measure for the first down, I think. Or no, they're just going to call it a first down. Oh, they're moving the chain, so it is first down.
2:19 left in the first quarter. You're listening to Lincoln Rail Splitter Football, the Lincoln Rail Splitter Experience. 2:13 left for the first quarter. The Rail Splitters lead at 7-0. Hefner up under center. Hands off, right side. Railers stack him up at the 45-yard line. 2-yard gain for Jersey High. We're down to the 2-minute marker in the first quarter. Checking in for the Rail Splitters, big number 55, and that is Nico Sundin. He's a senior, 5'7", 195. Nico Sundin now on the offensive line.
That was Noah Rochelle Rochelle on that tackle on the last play, Bob.
2nd and 8 for Jersey. Out of the gun again this time. Here's the snap. He's going to keep it, and he's wrapped up at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Tate Johnson made the initial hit there, Bob. It was a nice tackle head on, and he hit him, and that was as far as he was going to go.
Good job there for the Rail Splitters with a minute 15 left in the first quarter.
About a 2 to 3 yard gain on it. That's a big third down coming up now. 3rd and about 6, a long 6.
Long 6, down to a minute left in the first quarter. Out of the gun, Hefner's got the snap, rolls out to his left, got a man wide open, throws it away. Good pressure there, trying to see who applied that pressure for the Rail Splitters. That was Christian Brown. A good job by Brown applying the pressure on the quarterback, and he threw it away with 53 seconds left in the first quarter.
And he had a receiver out in the flat that had he had time, he might have been able to hit him, but as you said, he was rushed and he overthrew the receiver.
Hope you're enjoying the call out there on 96.3 FM. 4th and 6, and Jersey High going to punt it away with 53 seconds left in the first quarter. High punt, but he grabs it. Now they're going to kick it away. Isaac Decker's got it at the 10. Decker at the 15, along the sideline at the 20. Not much running room, but he made pretty much nothing out of something. That was like a slow motion play. The ball bounced along the sideline. He took his time grabbing it, Coach, but he did a good job getting it out of harm's way.
Yeah, he got some yards, got something out of nothing there. And again, the ball hits the ground before we field it, and that slows the return down. But as you said, he got a little bit out of it. It's not going to be the best starting position we've had, but it's not the worst either. So Lincoln will take over on looks like they're placing it on the 27-yard line.
And that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. Kanai Carson split here to the near side. Stevens out of the gun with a man in motion, hands off to his tailback, and he's stacked up immediately. There was about 4 or 5 guys from Jersey there to stack him up, so not much there. Looked like a loss. Back to the 24-yard line.
I didn't even see who got the ball. Did you see who?
It was so quick. It could have been Bunner, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, somebody lost 2 yards. We don't know who it is. But yeah, it's hard to run in the middle. They've got some decent size. They're not huge, but they got some size in the center, in the middle, and then the linebackers are veteran players. They're running backs, and they fill fast, so it's hard to run in the middle.
Coach Silkowski to let the clock run out here at the end of the first quarter, and there it is, 1-0 on the clock, and the Rail Splitters lead after 1 quarter of play, 7-0, and the Lincoln Rail Splitter defense is held for 9 quarters now on the season. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You can say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You can chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
The Railers not only want a little revenge, but they want to keep this winning streak going, 2-0, trying to get to 3-0.
So it's going to be 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line as O'Donohue and the offensive line come up to the line of scrimmage. Darren Stevens out of the shotguns, got the snap, hands it off, left side. That's Keon Carson. He dances, and then he's shoved back by about 4 or 5 Jersey High guys. He picked up, they may spot, it looks like at the 27-yard line. So a 2-yard pickup for Keon Carson.
Yeah, from up here, and we got a great view up here of it, Bob. It looked like there might have been some running room to the outside, but down on the ground level, he didn't see that. He tried to go back to the inside, and the defense was able to stop him for a short gain.
That's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Kanai Carson split wide to the right side with Isaac Decker in the slot. In the near side, it's Kobe Glenn. Stevens out of the guns, got the snap, rolls out to his right. He's got plenty of time and a good arm. He's going to throw it long, and it is caught. No, incomplete.
We got a flag, though.
But a flag on the play. I don't know who tried.
I think Decker was the intended receiver down there. He also had Kanai Carson was down there a little deeper, but I think it was Decker who got a hand on it.
Yeah.
I don't know who this, what the call is going to be. I want to say it's going to be against the Panthers, but I'm not sure.
The official standing at the 30 where the ball dropped after Decker had his hands on it.
Yeah, and a couple of them are near midfield talking it over, so let's wait and see. I don't know who they're calling it or not.
Get the message from the man with the white hat.
Yep, it's interference on Jersey.
Interference on Jersey. We'll see where they move the football to with 11:13 left here in the second quarter. Your Rail Splitters lead Jersey High 7-0.
So it's going to be a first down. It's a 15-yard walk-off to the 42.
And that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. They're moving the chains for the Rail Splitters. They're in those camo-type uniforms with the white helmets and the white pants, white leggings.
That's
for the Rail Splitters.
Big break for the Railers. If that hadn't happened, it would have been 4th down in a punting situation.
Stevens out of the gun. He's going to roll to his right again. He wants to air it out. Now he throws it along the sideline. Got a man wide open, and he can't get it. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Rail Splitters.
Yeah, when he rolls right, Bob, and he tries to throw on a run, sometimes he forces it and throws it a little high. That was a little overthrown.
Ball still at the 42. Well, after that penalty, we got a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, but now it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Well, we're on the 42-yard line, which is much better field position, Bob, than deeper in your own territory. So got a couple downs here, and wouldn't be surprised to see something run wide, one of their jet sweeps to the outside.
This time Kobe Glenn brings in the play for Darren Stevens. Stevens looks to the bench. Now he's ready for the snap from O'Donohue. He's got it. Hands off Isaac Decker. Decker looks for running room and nothing there. He's stopped stone cold in the backfield, and a big loss for the Rail Splitters back at the 38-yard line. 4-yard loss.
Well, the way you defend that, or one of the ways to try to defend that, is to get some penetration. That's exactly what they did. They got some people before Decker could get around the outside. They got across the line and stopped him for the loss back to about the 38-yard line.
3rd and 14 for the Rail Splitters. Gigantic play here for the Rail Splitters. Stevens out of the gun. He's got a lone running back behind him. He waits for the snap. He's got it. He spins. Now he looks out in the flat. Now he wants to throw. Across the middle, he's got his man, and he's spun and flipped over across the midfield stripe, short of the first down, but a nice play. Picked up some yardage there. The Rail Splitters into Jersey territory at the 49.
That's Decker. He threw it in his first completion to Decker to the 49, but it's going to be a 4th and short.
Coach just told you, 4th and short for the Rail Splitters, maybe less than a yard. 10 minutes left for the second quarter. Rail Splitters lead Jersey High 7-0. O'Donohue up over the football, out there by the big L for the Rail Splitters. Stevens going to operate out of the gun. Man in motion. He comes up under center.
He's calling timeout.
And now he wants a timeout. Something didn't go right there. We didn't get a penalty, but we got the timeout with 9:40 left on the clock in the second quarter, and the Rail Splitters lead at 7-0, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Holland Berry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Holland Berry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
You're listening to exciting Lincoln Rail Splitter football on a Friday night from Hanlon Field, the first home game of the season, along with Coach Ken Schweitzer and Bobby V. The Rail Splitters lead it 7-0 over Jersey High School with 9:40 left in the second quarter. Coach Silkowski wanted a timeout, so we'll see what we've got.
Yeah, they're back in punt formation now. They got up there. They were going to try to draw them offside. Didn't work. Took the timeout. Now Lincoln will punt.
Here's the snap. Ledley's got it. Fakes the run. Now he kicks it away.
It's a low one.
Very athletic. He faked the run. Oh, there's a fight breaking out there, but no call, no flag. A couple of guys mixing it up out there between Lincoln and Jersey, but there was no flag on the play.
Yeah, I missed that. I was watching the ball, and it rolled down and deep in their territory. So good job by Ledley to get the punt off as a low liner and no return. So they're going to place it on about the about the 10, inside the 10.
Angel Harrow and a Jersey play were mixing it up like a couple of rams up in the Rocky Mountains, and they separated, and luckily, I don't know if the officials didn't see it or what.
Well, Harrow is not a very big guy.
No, he was, but he's quick.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Hefner out of the gun, throws it across the middle. He's hit by a rail splitter close to a first down. About an 8 or 9 yard pickup on that pass play for Jersey. It was 1st and 10 at the 9.
Yeah, we saw that play in the first quarter, just a quick screen to the wideout, and he runs well with the ball. They picked up 9 on that play, Bob.
Cabaza on the catch. Nice. Ball at the 18-yard line, so now it's going to be 2nd and 1 for Jersey. A couple of players come into the lineup for Jersey. Lincoln leads it 7-0. Third game of the year. The season goes quickly. 8:54 remains. 3 receivers here to the near side in the second quarter. Hefner out of the gun's got it. Pitches to the outside. Here's a run up the middle. He's got a first down before the Rail Splitters take him down. They're going to move the chains, and we'll see what the yard. It looks like it's going to be the 23-yard line. 5-yard pickup there for the first down. 8:39 left for the half.
They put the trips the 3 wide receivers on one side. If that runner back gets through the line of scrimmage, Bob, they got some blockers out in front of him. He didn't quite get there.
Jersey High School in those Miami Dolphin-style uniforms. They'll operate out of the shotgun. That's Keegan Hefner. Hefner's got the snap, hands off to his man in motion on the right side. He's got some yardage before the Rail Splitters take him down. A pickup of about 5 yards there on that play for Jersey.
And that's kind of a mirror of the play of the Railers used to get to the outside. Gave it to the guy coming across like a jet sweep, and the Railers were able to come up and stop him after about a 4-yard pickup.
Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. 7:55 left for the first half. 2nd and 5 now for Jersey. Very slow, methodical offense as they grind their way upfield. 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 on the far side of the field. Came up under center, hands off, and this time the defense for Lincoln makes a nice stop. Prevents, may have been a loss or a yard pickup. We'll see.
I think that was, I'm not sure who that was in there on that. It looked like Nico Sundin.
Nico Sundin stops him at the line of scrimmage, Coach. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Big play for the Rail Splitter defense here, and they've proved it so far this early season. With 7:13 left in the first half, Lincoln leads at 7-0. This is a 3rd and 5 at the 28 in enemy territory. Up under center, trying to pull us offside here, and they did.
We did that last week.
I shouldn't have brought that up.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have.
They shouldn't have gone offsides.
No, we did that last week.
And that's going to be a first down. Or is it just short of a first down? No, that's a first down. And that's going to bring it up to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for Jersey.
Yeah,
they huddle up.
That gives them a fresh set of downs here, Bob, with 7 minutes left. The Railers leading 7-0, but the Jersey Panthers are on the move.
Panther center up under center. That's Hefner. He's got the snap. Hands off to his fullback. He's got good running room on the left side. He's finally stopped just short of the 40-yard line. About a 6-7 yard pickup there for Jersey. The Panthers of Jersey out of Jerseyville, Illinois.
You know, we've been talking about the speed that the Railers have, both on offense and defense, but, you know, in some past years, they break the line of scrimmage and get past the linebackers. They go a long way. This year, the secondary is able to come up and make some stops for shorter gains.
2nd and 4 for Jersey. Hefner up under center. He's got the snap, hands to his fullback again. This time he's got running room and a first down. He's taken down into, is that in Lincoln territory or short? Right at the 50-yard line. Right on the 50. Going to be 1st and 10 for Jersey.
That was about an 11-yard pickup, and they're chewing up some ground here against the Railers. And as you said earlier, Bob, the Railers need to make a couple stops here and put them into a 3rd and long situation if possible.
Coach Schweitzer, I'm looking back at that touchdown that got called back for Keon Carson. That hurts.
Yeah, it'd been nice to have a 2-touchdown lead instead of 1.
Hefner up under center's got the snap, hands to the fullback again on the left side to get some good blocking and spins and fights for about a 7-yard gain. Farther into Lincoln territory on the far side of the field.
Yeah, he got, see, they're ripping off 8 yards a carry here, Bob, and the Railers are going to have to tighten up a little bit there at the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 43-yard line, 2nd and 3 for Jersey. 5:35 left for the first half. Lincoln leads Jersey 7-0. 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 on the far side of the field. Hefner's out of the gun. He still got it. Throws incomplete. Good pressure by the Rail Splitters. They had a hold of him and he escaped, but I believe that was Angel Harrow on the pressure. I can't pick up his number.
Well, I think the Railers thought he handed off because that's who they started to tackle, and he kept the ball. And then finally, it was Harrow. He went after him, and he forced him to throw the ball, and he overthrew his receiver out here. He had somebody out here, but he overthrew him.
So that's now 3rd and 3 for Jersey at the Lincoln 43. Hefner hands off the fullback. He's got the first down and more, and he's finally tripped up. Ankle tackle. And they're going to say he made it up to the 37-yard line.
That's a senior, Chase Withrow. He runs hard up the middle, Bob, and he picked up another first down and keeps that drive alive.
5:16 left for the first half. Rail Splitters lead the Panthers of Jersey 7-0. This time Hefner is going to come up under center. Hands off fullback, right side, and this time he's stacked up at the 35, 2-yard gain. That's going to make it 2nd and 8. Maybe only a 1-yard gain. Going to be 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Somebody on the inside, I don't know if that was Sanders, slowed him down, and then Decker came in and took his feet out from under him for just a short gain there, Bob, of only 1 yard.
4 minutes, 40 seconds left for the first half. Rail Splitters 7, Panthers 0. Long time in the huddle for the Panthers. They've got 16 seconds on the play clock. Now they come to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver here to the near side, 1 on the far side of the field. Hefner going to operate out of the gun. He's got 2 running backs. Now the tight end comes up on the right side. Hefner's got the snap, wants to throw. He's got plenty of time. Now he's going to run with the football and still on his feet and close to a first down before the Rail Splitters take him down. They're going to spot the ball, looks like at the Lincoln 28-yard line. So an 8-yard pickup for Hefner.
Yeah,
it's going to be go ahead, Coach.
I'm sorry, they had good coverage downfield. He couldn't find anybody to throw to, and so he tucked it away, and he eluded a couple tacklers. He made a big gain, 3rd and 2.
At the 29-yard line, 3:50 left for the half. Hefner coming up under center again. Got the snap, hands off to the tailback. Rail Splitters try to take him down, but it looks like it's going to be a first down, Coach.
Yeah, Withrow, the hard-running tailback or fullback there, straight up the middle, and he got enough yards for the first down. And getting deep into Lincoln territory now, down to the 24.
1st and 10, as Coach said, at the 24-yard line. 3:33 now left for the half. Rail Splitters lead at 7-0. 1st and 10 at the 24 on the far side hash mark. Easton Hefner going to operate out of the gun. He's got 2 running backs with him. Got a man in motion. Waits for the snap from Del Santos. Hefner trying to pull us off sides, and now Jersey trying to pull us offside. They're going to call a timeout with 3:10 left in the half. We're going to take a timeout. Rail Splitters lead 7-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at
Hefner out of the gun, 2 running backs. He's got the snap. This time he wants to throw. Across the middle. Scotty's man. 2 Railers there. They wrap him up.
Initial hit there is by turn around. We'll see your number. That's 17. That's Johnston.
Johnston on the tackle. Peyton Johnston. Looked like at about the 17 where they're going to spot it at the 18-yard line. Second and 8 now for, pardon me, that's the 23-yard line. Yeah, second and 8. 2:39 left for the half. Railers lead at 7-0. Easton Hefner out of the gun. 1 lone running back. Got the snap. Wants to throw again. Quickly across the middle. And they stop him before a first down.
Yeah, he had to spin out of the tackle there. That was a nice quick, another screen pass to the wide out, and he got stopped. Trying to think, see a number there. I think that was Brown, Christian Brown on the stop.
This time Hefner up under center. Looks like they pulled the Rail Splitters off sides. And it is. The penalty be marked off against the Rail Splitters, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, that's the Railers have definitely helped them on this drive with penalties, Bob.
2:06 remains for the half. A beautiful moon rising up over the trees to the east.
Yeah.
Jersey Panthers line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 12-yard line. Hefner up under center. He's got the snap. Hands to his tailback. He's got running room, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. 6 points for the Jersey Panthers with 2 minutes left in the half, and that'll make the score Lincoln 7, Jersey 6.
Yeah, he's a hard runner in the middle, Bob. We saw that the whole drive, and he got the last 12 yards, took a quick step left and then back right and got into the end zone.
So this is going to be Keegan Griffith will attempt the extra point to tie the ball game with 2 minutes left in the half. They score with 2 minutes left in the half. Here's the snap, the placement. The kick by Griffith. Low line drive through the uprights, and we're tied 7-7, and that's the first point scored on Lincoln this year. So with 2 minutes left in the half, we got a tie score. Rail Splitters 7, Panthers 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
Railers.
Griffith going to kick it away. And it's going to go to Keon Carson. Now Decker's got it. Decker on the right side, got some good running room, stays on his feet, and he's finally taken down around the 36-yard line.
I think the ball came loose.
They may have punched it loose. It looks like Jersey may have it. They're dancing in the streets. One of the referees says he's down. Let's see what the call is.
Well, somebody's got the ball on the 36-yard line.
They're moving those chains the wrong way, aren't they?
Yeah, it's their ball. We fumbled.
1st and 10 for Jersey.
The 36-yard line. First down, Panthers.
With a minute 49 left, the Panthers got the ball back. And that is right now a bad moon rising.
Yeah, Decker was trying to make more out of it than he could, and as he got spun around, somebody knocked that ball loose.
Hefner got the snap, wants to throw. Here comes the pressure across the middle.
Incomplete.
2nd and 10 now at the Lincoln 36-yard line.
Lincoln had pressure from both outsides on the quarterback. He threw it quickly. He had a receiver there over the middle, Bob, but he threw it a little low. He tried to go down and make the catch, and it hit the ground.
2nd and 10 at the 36, minute 45. Clock stops on the incompletion. Del Santos up over the football for the Jersey Panthers.
This is a big test for the defense here on this series, Bob, late in the quarter.
Hefner out of the guns, got the snap. There's the throw, complete and close to a first down. Ankle tackle out there by the rail splitters.
He's short, but he's down to the 27. Keeps the clock running. That's the only good thing about that play right there, Bob. He didn't get the first down, and 3rd and short, 3rd and about a yard.
And here they come. Del Santos up to the line of scrimmage. This time Hefner's going to come up under center. He's got the snap, hands off to the tailback. He's a strong running back, and he's got a first down. They take him down at the, looks like about the 21-yard line, just short of the 20. 1st and 10 for Jersey. They move the chains. Minute 11 left. Now they move the clock, and now no huddle. Up under center, Hefner.
Oh,
he dropped it.
He fumbled the snap, but I think he got back on it.
Fumble on the snap.
I think Jersey still has a couple timeouts, Bob, so time isn't a real critical thing right this moment, but it's going to be soon. We're under a minute.
Ball at the 21, 2nd and 10 now for Jersey, 49 seconds. Now they'll come to the line of scrimmage, 45 seconds. 2nd and 10 at the 21. Hefner out of the shotgun. Waits for the snap. Now he's got it. He's going to throw. Good pressure. Throws for the end zone and incomplete. Wow. That receiver just about ran right into the pole, so now it's going to be 3rd and 10 at the 21. Clock stops with 32.3 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Score is tied. Lincoln Rail Splitters 7, Jersey Panthers 7.
Lincoln's trying to put some pressure on the quarterback. They finally did there a little bit, Bob, and forced him to throw. He threw it high and long, well over the receiver's hands.
And now there is a timeout on the field with the score tied 7-7. The Jersey Panthers wanted a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Yard line. Del Santos comes up over the football. Hefner out of the shotgun. 2 receivers on the right side, 2 on the far side of the field. Here's the snap to Hefner. He's got time. Here comes the pressure. Here's tipped away. Nice play. Nice play by one of the rail splitters out there, and they're dancing in the end zone.
That could be Kanai, but I'm not sure. I have to get him closer with a number.
Went high up into the rafters to tip that in away, or is that the sky out here, I would say. Yeah. 4th and 10. He got got up off his feet there. He was up about 10 feet in the air to tip that away.
Yeah, I think it's not Kenai. It's on the other side. Not sure.
Glenn?
Glenn Decker? No, not Decker. It could have been Decker. I don't know. But you're right. He tipped it. That's the main thing. He tipped it for an incompletion.
And
now
the ball's still at the 21-yard line of Lincoln. 4th and 10. They'll try and pull up the soft sides here. Hefner out of the guns. Got the snap. Good pressure. Throws it up ahead.
Stop him short.
Got to stop. Whoa, he fights for that first down.
I think he got it.
Boy, he went for the flag on that far side, and I think you're right, Coach.
You got to give him credit. That was hard run on Railer's. Oh, no, he didn't get it. Railer's taking over. They said he was short. It sure looked like he got over there. But it's a long way away from us, so on the far side. He just short of that first down. He made a great effort trying to get to the stick.
And that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down. And that's the way we like it, baby. The Rail Splitters, 1st and 10 with 20.2 seconds left. And we're tied up 7-7 looking for halftime.
Yeah, we're fortunate that we're not behind at halftime, Bob, with that drive. So the Railers are going to take a knee here, I'm sure, and let the clock run out. I shouldn't be so sure.
O'Donohue will snap it to Stevens.
No.
He's got the arm, so he's wanting to throw long. There it is, and caught and incomplete. He came down hard. That was Decker. He went up and got the ball, but he was brought down to the ground hard, and it popped out.
Yeah, well, that's what I know about football, Bob. I would have swore deep in our own territory we would just run the clock out, and no, we're throwing to the outside. And as you said, it was close. Decker was right there, and the ball was just a tough one to catch.
2nd and 10 now for the Rail Splitters at their own 12-yard line. Receiver here to the near side. Stevens got the snap. Hands off. Keon Carson, there's a flag. And he's taken down up around the 23-yard line, but there was, I believe, a flag in the backfield. There is a flag there with 6.9 seconds left here in the first half. Probably going to be a holding on Lincoln, when you think, Coach, back there.
Something like that, yeah. I didn't see initially what happened, but that's the signal. Another hold.
Yeah.
Holding against the Railers.
So
from where it happened, it's going to be half the distance, I think, from wherever that happened.
Wow, 6.9 seconds on the clock, basically 7 seconds. 7-7 tie.
Let's just get to halftime and regroup. 5 yards because it's half the distance.
We keep trying that Hail Mary play, either the pass or the Keon Carson run.
Yeah.
On the 5-yard line.
And they get the clock going again.
Good.
17.
And they're not
trying to run it.
There they go.
Don't snap it.
They're going to run it out. And that's the end of the first half with the score. Lincoln Rail Splitters 7, Jersey Panthers 7. We'll be back after these messages from our fine sponsors.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Phone 888-924-3786. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Farm and Home Supply. Shop Farm and Home Supply for all your farm, home, and outdoor needs. Stop by at 1501 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Triplet Heating and Cooling, servicing all brands of residential and commercial HVAC systems in the Lincoln and Logan County area. Call 217-651-8683, Triplet Heating and Cooling, an authorized Bryant dealer. Hollenberry and Bennett Funeral Home, providing peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Family owned and operated by Chris and Leslie Bennett. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer football, Town & Country Bank helps empower the financial well-being of communities, one person at a time. Online at townandcountrybank.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Rail Splitter football. Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You can say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You can chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew a girl so smart, so responsible, she must be a keeper.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
Field for the halftime show, and the halftime show sponsor is Grau Incorporated at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. For anything you need, work on your car or whatever you got to do, if you got to buy a car, trade one in, it's phone 217-735-4444. And it's Chris Grau out there with his excellent crew at Grau Incorporated at 1905 North Kickapoo Street. And now we're going to do the review about the keys to the game, and tonight's game is sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell, and if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. And Coach Schweitzer talked to head coach Matthew Silkowski about the keys of the play, and let's take a look, Coach.
Yeah, the first list or first key that we talked about there after the game started was stop the run. And you know, after watching film and remembering last year's game, etc., we knew they had a strong running games and some skill people back, and they've shown it tonight. They run the ball well. We unofficially have them for 10 first downs. The Railers only have a couple, so most of their is on the ground. They've got a couple passes too, so stopping the run was a key. We've only been fair at that, I would say, so far. Number two is run the ball, and the Railers, again, they've had a couple big plays. One got called back at a touchdown run of 63 yards, but other than that, Isaac Decker had a 26-yard run. I'm sorry, 36-yard run. But that's been the amount of our ground game. So we've completed 1 out of 6 passes. So our offense has sputtered quite a bit after the early part of the game. So we've not been able to run the ball like we're used to, and that's something that's going to have to change second half. Number 3 is, he said, our skill kids need to make some plays. And Keon Carson made a big one early in the game, Bob, with that 63-yard touchdown run. He had another one, but he got called back with a holding penalty. I think that's one of the critical issues of the game so far. The Railers have had unofficially 5 penalties for 35 yards and some big ones there that have hurt us. And so if we can improve on those keys to the game, we'll hopefully come out with a win. But it's going to be a tough second half. We're going in 7-7 here.
Thank you, Coach Ken Schweitzer. That's tonight's list or keys of the game, brought to you by Me Realty. When you're ready to list your home, contact the professionals at Me Realty. Coach Schweitzer, well, you go into the locker room. You've been there many times at halftime, and you make some changes in strategy. You got a lot of weapons on the offense, but as you said, the defense is going to have to step up big to stop the run of the Jersey Panthers.
Yeah, and maybe the best thing you can do is get the ball on offense and hold it for a while and eat up some clock that way, and hopefully turn it into scores also, so that they don't have the ball quite as long. We don't keep track of time of possession, but I'm sure they are way ahead in that also. The game is looking a little, or maybe a lot like last year's game down in Jerseyville, Bob, where they had almost twice as many first downs as we had. We had tons of penalties down there. We were a little undisciplined last year, and we've had a couple hiccups here tonight in the same area. We threw the ball a lot last year, only completed 5 out of 17, and this year we've only averaged 7 passes a game in our first 2 games. We've thrown, I think unofficial, we got 6 throws tonight, but only completed 1, and so we're going to have to make a few adjustments in there. Stop the run up the middle. That's where they've hurt us a lot, and then they've thrown the ball successfully too on some screen passes, and so defense just going to have to put a little more pressure on, but I think the key is to move the ball on offense and get some first downs and put some score on the board.
Coach, you mentioned it before the game. The field is in excellent condition here at Hanlon Field. It's a perfect night for football. There's no breeze at all, nothing affecting the passing game, and the Rail Splitters, they played a tough first half, but you just got to do a little bit better if you want the W.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't played poorly, but they've left a few things out there. They had that late fumble that gave the Panthers from Jersey a chance, and that didn't materialize, thank goodness. But the Railers just need to move the ball and use the weapons that they have. Number 2, he said, run the ball, and he's got some weapons back there. We're going to have to get some good blocking and break some defensive tackles.
Well, Coach, we are on the road for the first 2 games against Clinton and Charleston. Of course, tonight we're playing the Jersey Panthers, and next week we'll be back here at Hanlon Field again for the homecoming.
Yeah, we got Mohammed coming in next week. They won their first 2 games of the year, a non-conference game and a conference game against Effingham. They're playing at Mount Zion tonight, so that should be a good game. Right now, maybe the 2 top teams in the conference, so we'll see how that turns out. But they're coming in here. It'll be a tough one next week, so makes getting this win even more important for us tonight.
Well, we've got a chance to do it. We've got the talent. We've got some players that have come in fired up this year, and hopefully we can get the job done here in the second half. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more of the Grau Incorporated halftime show.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Phone 888-924-3786. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Farm and Home Supply. Shop Farm and Home Supply for all your farm, home, and outdoor needs. Stop by at 1501 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Triplet Heating and Cooling, servicing all brands of residential and commercial HVAC systems in the Lincoln and Logan County area. Call 217-651-8683, Triplet Heating and Cooling, an authorized Bryant dealer. Hollenberry and Bennett Funeral Home, providing peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Family owned and operated by Chris and Leslie Bennett. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer football, Town & Country Bank helps empower the financial well-being of communities, one person at a time. Online at townandcountrybank.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Rail Splitter football.
You're listening to Lincoln Rail Splitter football in the land of Lincoln, where Abraham Lincoln roamed the circuit here, and they named the community after him. And the Lincoln Rail Splitters are back out on the field, and we got a tie score here at halftime, Coach Schweitzer, 7-7. Rail Splitters going through the warm-ups. They got their white helmets on and their camo uniforms here to honor the police and the first responders and the military and the white pants. And they're ready to go here for the second half. They played a good first half, and they're just going to have to pick it up a little bit to try to get the victory tonight.
Yeah, they had to make a few adjustments, I'm sure, at halftime. Not sure what they'll be, but we'll find out here in a little bit. Both teams came out slightly late, but not too late. They got their 3 extra minutes to warm up and stretch and stuff. That's what they're doing right now. So in about a minute and a half, we'll be ready for the kickoff. And as I think that I can't even remember the first half. I think we kick off to them here this half, I believe.
Yes, we kick off to them. And how many years has Coach Silkowski been here
This
now?
is his 7th year. He tells he's 6 falls and 1 spring. Remember we had that spring season, that
that's
short
right.
season. So it's his 7th season.
Yeah, and that really helped pull us out because that spring season, he got his feet wet out there as a junior, and then he came back strong as a senior.
Yeah, we lost all 6 of those games. Only played 6 games, but yeah, it made a difference. And when we came back last year, we were 4-5, and he performed well.
Turned him into a field general with that spring training, and that was a fun season last year, as you said, Coach, 4-5, and we start off this year at 2-0. And you said, when was the last time we did that?
Well, last year we won our first 2 games, but then back in I want to say it was 05 or 03, we won our first 2 games, and then lost, and then won another one. So we had won 3 of our first 4, but then tough times. We ran into some tough teams and didn't quite get to the 5 that we were hoping for.
Well, you've got a good memory, Coach. Coach Schweitzer is my football savant here for Lincoln Rail Splitter football, and he always comes up with the right stats for me, and who won and who lost, and some nice stats in the program showing the all-time leaders offensively.
Yeah. We got a glance at that tonight for the first time, and brought back some names from the past, and included our buddy Jake Harnicky, who quarterbacked here and coached for quite a few years up until this year.
So the Rail Splitters, as you said, Coach, are going to kick it away, and the Jersey Panthers will have the first chance to score. Angel Harrow will kick it away for the Rail Splitters. He does a fine job for Lincoln, and the Lincoln Railer defenses have done a good job this year. That was the first touchdown scored against the Lincoln Railer defense, and I'm sure they'll hold on here in the second half.
Well, we talked last week, said that's not going to last forever. Somebody's going to score on us, and, we went a whole game and another quarter before it happened. So it's not a big deal, not a big problem, as long as we can score at least 1 more point than they do tonight.
Rail Splitters are lined up on the field. They're ready to go. And now the Jersey Panthers are getting into their positions, and they'll have their fullback and their tailback back to receive the kick from Angel Harrow. Harrow will kick it away from his own 40-yard line, and now he waits for the whistle. And there it is, and we're ready to go. Angel approaches to the 40, and nice boot.
Wow, yeah.
Man, that is, he keeps getting better. He kicked that and passed the 5-yard line, and there's a nice hit wrapped up at the 16, 17-yard line.
Great downfield coverage by the Railers. A lot of shirts in there on the tackle. You can't pick out just one, but he fielded that ball inside the 5, Bob, and the Railers were down and did a great job stopping, and hope the defense is pumped up now for this.
It's 1st and 10 now for Jersey at their own 18-yard line. And you're right, the Railers are pumped up. The way that hit was laid on that player there, it looks like the defense is ready to go again here in the second half. Up on the front line for the Rail Splitters. We'll check it as we go. Here's the handoff, and the Rail Splitters try to take him down, and they do up around the 25-yard line. Up on that front line for the Rail Splitters are Ryan Fruget, Evan Wackendorf, Noah Rochelle, and Frank Sanders. The linebackers are Peyton Johnson, Tate Johnston, and Jaden Ledley.
Second down and about 3.
2nd and 3 now for the Jersey Panthers. Hefner, the quarterback, comes up under DeSantos, the center. Hands off. Fumble. Looks like the Rail Splitters have got it.
I think so.
Oh, baby, deep, and that is the way we like it, baby. A Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down on the fumble, deep in Jersey Panther territory. With 11:15 left in the third quarter, somebody for the Rail Splitters punched that loose. And look, 2 or 3 guys dove on the ball immediately at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters.
They were trying to run up the middle there, what they've had success doing, Bob. And as you said, somebody knocked that ball loose. Don't know how it was, and still didn't see who got on it either. But the bottom line is the Railers have it in Panther territory at the 25-yard line.
Ryan O'Donohue up over the football. Darren Stevens, the junior quarterback, out of the shotgun. He's got one lone running back.
Now they're stopping the clock for something. Oh, I think there's an issue with... Did he lose a shoe, or what? Somebody's coming off the sideline. I think he lost his shoe.
That's Wackendorf.
Yeah, he's got to get his shoe back on. Somebody's in for him. I'm not sure who.
Number 68 for him. And now the Rail Splitters will line it up. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. At the Jersey 25-yard line, Darren Stevens, the junior, out of the gun, looks along the line of scrimmage. Man goes in motion, hands it off, right side, dives up ahead across the 25, may have picked up a couple yards there. Be 2nd down now for the Rail Splitters at the Jersey 23-yard line.
I think that was Decker on the run.
2nd down and 9.
Make it 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line. Rail Splitters with a great chance here to score early in the half. Stevens goes to the sideline to talk to Coach Matt Silkowski. Now he's back into the huddle, and the Rail Splitters are ready to go. O'Donohue the center, Wackendorf and Don the guards. Here's the man in motion, handoff. That's Keon Carson. Makes the turn on the outside along the sideline and runs out of bounds.
Yeah, the defense did a pretty good job of stringing that out that time, Bob, and he didn't have much running room, and he got driven out of bounds. He only got about 1 out of that, depending on where they put it. They got it on the 23, so give him just 1.
So it'll be 3rd and 8, early third quarter. Tie ball game. Lincoln Rail Splitters 7, Jersey Panthers 7. One receiver split wide to the right side. Near side half mark. Man in motion. Stevens going to throw it. He's got a man open.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Rail Splitters.
Is that Keon? I can't tell. Let's see who comes out of there.
That is a Joseph Patrick Ryan touchdown for the Rail Splitters. Joe Ryan, Country Financial touchdown for Lincoln. And the Rail Splitters lead it on a Darren Stevens pass to the end zone. And that'll make it 13-7, and Angel Harrow will attempt the extra point. It'll be O'Donohue on the snap to Isaac Decker on the placement. Here's the snap, the placement. Angels' kick is up, high and long, and through the uprights. And the Rail Splitters now lead by a touchdown, Coach. 14-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
$25 donated towards a football school.
Rail Splitters lead it. The Lincoln Rail Splitters 14 and the Jersey Panthers 7 with 10 minutes, 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Lincoln caused that fumble at the 25, and they were able to score very shortly on a Darren Stevens pass into the end zone. And now Angel going to kick it away. Chicago Street Rentals sponsors all of our kickoffs. They're out there on North Kickapoo. Perry Weinbrenner and his crew. And here's Angel in the kickoff from his own 40-yard line. He gets away another long one. This one's caught at about the 5-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, the 30, and finally stays on his feet down across the 40 in big field position there for the Jersey Panthers. Hard running for the Panthers, and they're going to have good field position here as they get the ball.
Well, that's our leading rusher, Withrow, again, the one who got their touchdown early, and he just is a hard runner, hard to take down. Railers had a few bodies on him, but they couldn't get him to the ground until he got out to the 42-yard line.
First and 10, 10:09 third quarter, but the Rail Splitters lead it by a touchdown, 14-7. They're going to bring out a receiver here to the near side. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. Hefner out of the shotgun. Throws it out in the flat. Railers are there to stack him up at the 40-yard line. That's going to be a 1 or 2 yard loss. Depends on what it looks like at the 41. So that's a 1 yard loss. Going to be 2nd and 11 for the Jersey Panthers.
Yeah, that was a nice defensive play to converge. 2 guys converged on him. It was just a short little screen pass there to his back out of the backfield, and it went nowhere.
Rail Splitter defense able to hold there. Hefner going to operate out of the gun again. 2 receivers here on the near side and 2 on the far side of the field. Lincoln's got him covered. Pump fake. Now going to throw long along the sideline. And is that caught? Yes. And it's going to be a big first down for the Jersey Panthers in the Lincoln territory at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 33 of Lincoln.
That was the almost an All-American. Withrow caught that pass downfield. Bob made a nice catch. He had a defender between him and the ball, and he just kind of reached over and made the catch for the first down.
You're right, Coach. That was good coverage on that. Perfect placement on that pass and a great catch by Withrow. 1st and 10 for the Jersey Panthers. Here's the snap and the handoff. Run up the middle. The Rail Splitters stack him up, but he did get some yardage. Kept his feet moving and got down close to the 27-yard line. So a 6-yard pickup there on that running play.
That was Withrow up the middle. He goes out and catches passes. He runs the ball. He's a tough one for the Railers to try to handle and take down. He's down to the, as you said, Bob, the 27-yard line.
2nd and 4 for the Panthers. 8:43 for the third quarter. Lincoln leads 14-7. Hefner comes up under center. He's got the snap, hands off. Going to be close, and I believe it is a first down.
The ball carrier.
Going to spot it at the 22-yard line. 5-yard pickup for the first down. Got an extra yard. 1st and 10 at the 22, 8:31.
Looks like we got a Panther on the ground, Bob. I don't know if he's got cramps or what. It's what, when their legs up like that, it looks like that's what they're treating out there, but you never know. But not before they got a first down.
Could be a hamstring cramp out there. 14-7, the Lincoln Rail Splitters lead it. You're listening to 96.3 FM, Atlanta, Lincoln, and we're streaming live, WLCNonline.com. Lloyd Kirby doing all the job engineering for us out here in the field, and Joe Lee's back at the station with Mabel the Cat, making sure we get on the radio. 8:31 left in the third quarter. Lincoln leads Jersey 14-7. And here come the Panthers out of the huddle. They'll line up at the line of scrimmage at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, and Hefner will come up under center. Waits for the snap. He calls it. He's got it. Pitches in the backfield on the left side, and the Railers knock him down. He gets inside the 20.
That was Withrow again, going wide that time, and the Railers converged, and he lunged forward and picked up some extra yards, about 3 or 4 on the carry.
The ball at the 18-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers. They just grind it out, eat up a lot of time on the clock. Clock on the move, 7:50 left for the third quarter. Hefner going to come up under center again out of that I formation. Hands off. No, he's going to throw across the middle, and that is incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Got a flag right there in the middle there, Bob. I'm not sure what that call is going to be.
Clock stops on the incompletion at 7:40 in the third quarter.
Oops, might be a hold, and it is.
It's against the Jersey Panthers.
Holding against the Panthers.
That's only their second penalty of the whole game, Bob. They had one in the first half, a 10-yarder, now another 10-yarder.
They step it off, and that's going to be good for the Rail Splitters because it's going to be back to the 29-yard line. Original line of scrimmage was the 18. And now Hefner's going to operate out of the shotgun. They line it up. Jersey against the Rail Splitters. Second and 16 at the 29. Hefner's got the snap. Good pressure. Nice pressure there.
Ball's loose. They knocked the ball loose.
Lincoln's Rail Splitters look like they've got it. Trying to pick up who made that tackle. Big tackle there.
Well, the pressure came from the outside, but I'm not sure that's who hit him originally.
I think
he had to step up, and somebody come up and hit him.
That's 33. I think 33 made the tackle.
That's Owen Grant.
Owen Grant on the tackle for the Rail Splitters, and that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. 7:32 left on the third quarter. Grant makes the tackle, and one of the Rail Splitters picked up the fumble. That was great pressure on that pass. O'Donohue comes up over the football. He's the first guy out there, and now the Rail Splitters will line it up. Got a receiver here on the near side, the lone receiver. A man goes in motion. That's Ledley, the tight end. Stevens has got the snap. Hands off up, and let's see who got that football. Was that Keon?
I think so.
Keon, little sleight of hand there by Stevens, and he gets it to Keon to the 35-yard line. So that's a 2-yard pickup, make it the 36-yard line. So that was a 3-yard pickup. So it'll be second down 7 for the Rail Splitters. Clock on the move. Third quarter, 7:08. And we lead 14-7. O'Donohue comes up over the football. Lincoln Rail Splitter lines up here on the near side. Darren Stevens out of the guns, got the snap.
Reverse.
Hands off. Is that Decker? Yeah.
He's
Decker across the 40 to the 42-yard line, short of the first down. But a nice pickup there for the Rail Splitters.
Yeah, a little misdirection there, and looked like he might have been stopped at the line of scrimmage. He turned upfield and lunged straight ahead, Bob, and picked up great yardage. Makes it 3rd and 1 out to the 42.
With 6:30 left in the third quarter, clock on the move. Lincoln Rail Splitters 14, Jersey Panthers 7. Stevens goes to the sideline, gets the play from Coach Silkowski. O'Donohue comes up over the football. One receiver to the right side out of that wing formation. One lone running back. Snap to Stevens. Hand off. That's Decker off the right side, and he's just maybe be a little bit short. They're going to have to bring out the chain, the measurement.
I think they're...
No, he's short.
Short.
Yard short, maybe a football length short. 4th down for the Rail Splitters.
See where they place it. They place it just short of the 43.
Yep.
4th and less than a yard.
Boy, this is a tough call here.
Yeah, well, you're on your own territory. You don't want to give them a short field, that's for sure.
Ledley's coming onto the field to punt it. At least he's out there. Stevens coming from the sideline. They'll try and pull him off sides, and if they don't, they'll probably punt it. Pretty risky. And now timeout Lincoln. With 5:28 left in the third quarter, Lincoln takes a timeout, and they lead it 14-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
touchdown. Very risky here to try a play when you got a yard to go for a first down in your own territory. Lone receiver here to the near side. Let's see what they do out of the timeout. Man in motion. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and did he get it off the left side? Going to be close. That's going to be close, Coach.
Both teams point in both directions.
It depends on the placement by the official.
Yeah, I think he didn't need much.
And it looks like they stopped him.
Well, I'd call for him. I'd ask him to measure. I don't know if you can do that, but I don't know.
There's one of the players out there kneeling down. Look, I think that's Ledley looking to see. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he got anything on that.
They're going to measure. Yeah, I don't think so either. He was at the 43, and it looks like he's gone backwards a little.
Yeah. Okay, here comes.
Well, I think, we talk about the offense, but I think the Jersey Panthers defense gets a lot of credit tonight, Bob. They've done a great job of stopping the Lincoln offense.
Yeah, that was a risky.
He's short.
Yeah, he's short. Yeah, that's a risky play.
But you got to figure that if you need less than a yard, you just got to get it on a quarterback sneak. You know what you're doing. You got to get a good offensive line surge, and that's what we did not get, and that's why we didn't get the first down.
We're going to have to live with it because it's 1st and 10 for the Jersey Panthers. 5:22 left in the third quarter. Lincoln leads it by a touchdown, 14-7. Hefner's going to come up under the center, Del Santos. Here's the snap. Hand off to the fullback, right side, and he's stacked up just across the 40-yard line. 3-yard pickup there for the Panthers at the 39-yard line of Lincoln. 5:07 left for the third quarter. Lincoln has that touchdown lead, but tough running game for the Jersey Panthers. Hefner up under center to the tailback again off that left side. That's Withrow. Looks like he's got a first down.
He's just, that you got to kind of key on him. He just short of the first down, but.
3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1. 4:40 left for the third quarter. Here's the snap. Withrow left side, slaps a hand away, and now he's got a big first down. Finally wrestled down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, see, we're not tackling. We're, as you said, called it, Bob. They're wrestling him down, and you got to wrap him up and tackle him. And he's a tough dude. He's hard to get down.
4:28. Here's the snap. And another running play. This time, right up the middle again. 4:18 for the third. That was a 1st and 10 play by the Panthers. They're going with no huddle. 5-yard pickup at the 11. Out of the tail again off the right side. They keep getting that good blocking, Coach. They surge off of that line.
Yeah, they're beating Lincoln at the line of scrimmage right now, and it's showing. They're just marching straight downfield, one run right after another. Most of the time it's Withrow. They let somebody else carry it every once in a while, but mostly Withrow.
That's 1st and goal at the 5. There he goes again, this time around the right side. And he's in for the touchdown. That's going to make it 14-13 as Withrow goes for the touchdown with 3:51 remaining in the third quarter. They go with that no-huddle offense, and they mean business. They get off the line quickly, as you said, Coach, and get the 6.
Well, like we said at halftime, the best thing the Railers can do is get it on offense and hang on to it and keep it out of their hands, because they've found a way to march down the field, and they've done it twice now successfully for 2 touchdowns.
Keegan Griffith going to attempt the extra point. We've got it back twice on fumbles. One we scored, the others we couldn't advance. Here's the snap, the placement. Here's blocked. The boot blocked. Great job of the Lincoln defense on the block. Look at this tall guy coming off. They're hugging him right there. I can't see his number.
69, is it?
That's Frank Sanders on the block. Yeah. Big Frank Sanders. I think he's only a sophomore.
It looked like the holder hesitated, just took an extra half second there to handle the ball, and that's all it took for Sanders to get in and get a hand on it and block it.
Frank's the man of the hour with 3:51 remaining in the third quarter. The score, Lincoln Rail Splitters 14 and the Jersey Panthers 13. Kickoff sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals. Back for the Rail Splitters, it's going to be Keon Carson and Isaac Decker. And kicking it away will be Keegan Griffith for the Jersey Panthers. Keegan Griffith is going to attempt the extra point. Frank Sanders blocked it. So now it's up to Decker and Keon Carson to run this football back into good field position. Here's the boot. Oh, this is a bouncer picked up. Nice. What do they call?
There's a flag there back where they kicked it, so they might have been offsides.
Flag on the play.
Trying to see who fielded that for Lincoln. That was good job of fielding that. One hopper was Christian Brown.
They're going to march off 5 yards and have him re-kick, I think, here.
Brown's still hanging on to the football. He doesn't
get it very often. He says, I'm not going to let go.
I might give it to the official. Now he does.
Oh, almost threw it over his head almost. Good job.
Now they got a kick from the 35. Got the good hands guys up there in front of Keon Carson and Isaac Decker.
Well, Lincoln should get pretty good field position here, Bob, to start this drive. Let's hope so, and hope they can put something together offensively and move the ball.
Here's another kickoff sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals. Keegan Griffith going to kick it away. And this time,
that's a better kick.
It's going to come to Keon Carson, and he's about the 24-25. Here he comes. Keon Carson looks for running room, and he's stacked up, spins out of that one, stays on his feet along the sideline, and what an exciting runner Keon Carson is. Finally taken out of bounds at around the 41-yard line. It's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down for the Rail Splitters, and that's the way we like it, baby. Keon Carson on the run for the first down for Lincoln.
Yeah, he ran into a white jersey and spun away from him, as you said, Bob, and that got him to the outside, picked up some extra yards, got it out to the 40. But he's exciting to watch. He's so fast and pretty elusive. He got it to the 40-yard line. Good starting spot for the Railers.
Jaden Ledley walking back onto the field. He's going to come in, substitute in, and now Stevens goes into the huddle. O'Donohue up over the football, and we're ready to go. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. As you said, Coach, at the 40-yard line. 3:36 left for the third quarter. Lincoln leads it by a point, 14-13. Man in motion's Ledley, the tight end position. There's the snap. Keon Carson's going to try to swing it around to the right here. He's at the line of scrimmage along the sideline, runs it out at about the 44-yard line. Goes into the Lincoln bench. They're going to spot it at the 40-yard line. A 4-yard pickup there by Keon Carson. It'll be 2nd and 6. He ran out of bounds, so they stopped the clock with 3:30 left in the third quarter. Lincoln leads it by a point, 14-13.
Yeah, unfortunately, the field's just not wide enough for him to get outside there. That's why there's a boundary there. Again, the defense does a pretty good job of stringing him out.
O'Donohue up for the snap. Stevens out of the gun. He's got a lone receiver to the right side. They've only got one wing on the right. They snap as Stevens looks to his left. Pump fake throw. He's got it. That's Ledley along the sideline for the big first down. A Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down. That's the way we like it, baby. Deep into the territory of the Panthers. That was Jaden Ledley, the tight end, number 22, on the end of that pass from Darren Stevens. Let's see where they spotted at the 25-yard line of the Jersey Panthers.
That's a 31-yard pickup on that play and gets him into Panther territory. Nice throw and a nice catch. He was wide open, made the catch and turned and ran for some extra yardage.
Near side hash mark. Stevens out of the gun. He's got a lone receiver to the right side out of the wing. Keon Carson in motion. He's got to get rid of it. Good coverage. He avoids the tackler. Now he pump fakes, throws it complete along the sideline. It's going to be another first down. We're going to have to pick up and see who caught that football, but Coach, it's going to look like another first down. Darren Stevens in harm's way all the way. Spun out of the tackle, stayed on his feet, rolled to his right, threw it to the Lincoln receiver.
Is that Decker? No, that's 11. Who's 11? for us. That was Peyton Bunner. That was Bunner he hit.
Peyton Bunner out of the backfield, and that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. Stevens getting ready to go into the huddle. 3:14 on the game clock for the third quarter. Lincoln leads it by 1 and on the march here. Ball spotted, what is that, the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters at the 14.
Yeah, Stevens was running for his life. He almost got caught in the backfield, Bob, but he was able to elude that tackler, and he found Bunner. He had some other receivers downfield, but he found Bunner coming straight, clear across the field.
14-yard line.
He hit him, and Bunner got the first down.
This is when those runners got to hang on to that football like a can of beef stew down on Salt Creek. You can't let it get knocked out of your hands deep in the territory here. Stevens with a lone running back. Got the snap. Hands off. And he's stacked up right away. I don't know who it is.
That's Decker. That was kind of a reverse, and that went nowhere. He lost a yard.
That's going to be back to the 15-yard line. 2nd and 11.
The defense Panthers were ready for that. We saw that in the first half. We tried that in the first half and maybe got a couple yards out of it, but they were ready for it that time and stopped them for a 1-yard loss.
Stevens got the play from Coach Silkowski. One receiver here to the near side, one to the far side. One lone running back. Stevens out of the gun. Got the snap from O'Donohue. He's looking, going to fire. Complete, I believe. Incomplete at the 10-yard line. So now
I think he threw it a little low. It was kind of tough catch out there. I don't know if that was Keon Carson out there trying to make the catch, but the ball was pretty low. It's a tough one to scoop up. Going to set up a 3rd and about 11 for the Railers here on the 15. You got to figure this is 2-down territory. And they've had some success throwing the ball here on this drive, Bob. So let's see what the Coach Sikowski calls here.
2 minutes, 21 seconds left for the third quarter. Lincoln leads it by a point, 14-13. You're right, Coach. 2-down territory. Snap to Stevens. Hands on Keon Carson. He slashes across the middle, down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he's looking for openings, and they're doing a pretty good job of cutting it off, and he still picked up some yardage down to about the 9-yard line.
Yes, sir, at the 9, 4th down and 5 for the Rail Splitters. 2 minutes left for the third quarter. 4th and 5. I'd say hand it off to your touchdown man again, Keon Carson.
Yeah, it's a 6-yard. Yeah, this will be a tough play here. We got to get some good blocking.
Stevens out of the gun, rolls to his right. He wants to throw. He got a man. No, he threw it away.
Overthrew him. Oh, there's a flag here. Let's see what that's probably going to be a hold. They'll decline it because it was incomplete. Yep.
So the Panthers will take over on downs at the Lincoln 9-yard line. So the defense is going to have to hold again.
Well, at least they've got a long way to go. They're going to start on the 9-yard line, so they're 91 yards away. So let's hope in that time that they don't get any big gains here, and the Railer defense can do a good job.
With 1:37 left in the third quarter. Lincoln Rail Splitters 14, Jersey Panthers 13. You're listening to Lincoln Rail Splitter football on 96.3 FM, Atlanta, Lincoln, and on WLCNonline.com. Lloyd Kirby bringing it to you from out here at Hanlon Field, and Joe Lee back at the station. Here's the snap by Del Santos. They throw it out in the flat. Rail Splitters there, stack him up. Got a gain on the play, maybe up to about the, we'll see, 11, 12-yard line. A couple of yard pickup there for the Panthers.
Yeah, they like that wide receiver screen. We've seen that before, and as you said, they're back in no huddle, so they're trying to do some...
Hefner up under center, hands off to the tailback, and he stays on his feet and probably tripped up there at about the 17-yard line. So about a 4-yard pickup on that one on the 2nd and 6. 1:04 left for the third quarter.
Big third down here. Here he comes, right up the middle.
A lot of fans out here.
Made a nice move. There's a face mask by the Railers.
And they take him down. No flag on the play, and they're going to say at the 40. Oh, is there a flag?
There's a flag on about the 28-yard line. But we could see it from here. A face mask by the Railers grabbing, trying to slow down the running back. And he got the first down. He got a big gain. Now they're going to tack on yards.
54 seconds on the third quarter clock. And the officials are talking it over right now. Rail splitters are back. The officials standing at the 41. That's how far the running back made it.
Yeah, they got that.
You called it, Coach, face mask.
Yeah, they're too much arm tackling there, and you can't arm tackle and take down Withrow. He's just too good of a runner, and the Railers may be a little fatigue out there, don't know, but they got to wrap him up and hit him low to get him down the ground.
They're going to march off 15 yards from the 41, so that's going to put it into Lincoln territory at the Lincoln 44-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jersey Panthers at the Lincoln 44-yard line. You could light this field tonight with the moon. It's so bright. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Lincoln leads it by a point, 14-13. Clock on the move. Here's the snap. They give it to the tailback, and he's taken down, and he lunges forward up across the 40. They're going to mark it at the 40.
That was
4, 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
That was Tate Johnston on the tackle.
Tate Johnston for the Rail Splitters. Out of the shotgun, Hefner hands it off.
He's looking. Oh, yes.
Oh, good. I thought he handed it off. Good defense there. That's Frank Sanders again, I think.
Yeah, it is on the sack. Yeah.
He had some help.
I tell you what helped is good coverage downfield because they couldn't find a receiver open and gave Sanders enough time to get in there and jumped up high to block his vision and got him down for the big loss.
3rd down and 12.
3rd and 12, and that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Lincoln Rail Splitters 14 and the Jersey Panthers 13. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Holland, Berry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Holland, Berry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
If the Railers defensively can hold them to a short gain here, they could force a punt and get the ball back and then have a quarter to try to move the ball downfield and hopefully get another score. Put the game a little bit out of reach, but it's not out of reach now. It's a 1-point or 14-13 Railer lead entering the fourth period.
Rail Splitters in those camo jerseys with the white helmets and the white pants.
It's been a good high school football game here, Bob, after 3 quarters of 14-13. Both teams playing some pretty good defense, seeing some good offense at times, and we'll see how this fourth quarter transpires.
3 receivers to the far side of the field, 2 to the near side.
There's a penalty. Delay a game.
Flying on the play.
Illegal substitution. They
march it back into Panther territory at their 48-yard line.
I'm not sure what it was, but they had 3 receivers showing over there on the right side, and one of them kind of stepped off the field eventually. I think I'm just speculating that was the too many men on there, and they were trying to deceive the Railer defense.
That should be 3rd and 17. It is.
Yeah.
To start the fourth quarter, 3rd and 17. Big break for the Rail Splitters there. Now Hefner is going to operate out of the shotgun. He's got the snap. He's got plenty of time, rifles it to the right side, and the Railers are there to wrap him up after he got probably down to around the 44-yard line. So now it's going to be a 4th down for the Panthers.
About an 8-yard pickup, but that was good for the Railers. It's going to be 4th and long in Lincoln territory, but we'll see if they decide to punt or go for it.
4th and 9 with 11:34 left for the football game. Lincoln leads at 14-13.
I think their punter's coming on the field, so we'll see a punt here.
Del Santos will snap it.
But you never know. Watch for a fake. He's only back about 8 yards.
And where's the number 2, I believe?
I think the Railers took a timeout.
Timeout, Railers.
Timeout for the Rail Splitters, and the Lincoln Rail Splitters lead here in the third quarter, 14-13. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
And now going to be punted away. This time he's deep. Oh, a high snap. Gets it away. End over end kick on the punt. And does it go into the end zone?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be good for the Rail Splitters. They'll get a lot better field position. With 11-11 left in the football game, Lincoln leads it by a point, 14-13. Coach, and we've got the lead.
Yeah, and we need we're 80 yards away from the end zone. We need a long, sustained drive that eats up time and yardage.
And that's a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. At the 20. Stevens at the sideline. Just got done talking to Coach Matt Silkowski, and he'll go back out on the field. Into the huddle. O'Donohue up over the football. Stevens out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Man in motion. There's the handoff off the right side, and a good gain for the Rail Splitters off from the 20-yard line.
I think that was Decker with the ball.
You're right. Number 13, Isaac Decker on the run from the 20. Let's see how much they give him. Clock still running.
About 3.
2nd and 7 for the Rail Splitters.
Yardage hard to get tonight, Bob. Credit the Panther defense again. Like we said before, they're doing a pretty good job of minimizing the gain for the Railers.
2nd and 7, as we said. At the Lincoln 23. Kenai Carson here on the near side. Another receiver out on the far side. Stevens waits for the snap. He's got it. That's Keon, and he's spun down in the backfield.
Yeah, we missed a block out there, and that gave them penetration, and they got there before Keon could get to the outside. Threw him for a big loss back inside the 20 to about the
16. Maybe
17,
the 17.
17, yeah.
Yeah, 17-yard line. Now it's a big third down for the Rail Splitters.
And that's going to force probably a pass here, and if we don't get the yard to gain here, then we're going to have to punt it away.
3rd and 13. We've got the man to do it. Stevens a good throwing quarterback. Just got to get somebody open. Here's the snap. He rolls out to his right. Receiver slips. Now he's got a lot of pressure. Now he keeps the ball and he goes down.
Whoa.
At the 16-yard line. He realized that he was in trouble. He didn't have anybody open. And I believe he just went down on purpose there. So it's going to be 4th down, and Ledley's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, Keon Carson was out, one of the men out in the pattern, and he slipped and fell down, and there was nobody left for him to throw to. And
Ledley's got to get a good one here and get a good roll. Clock's on the move. 9:05 left for the game. There's the snap. Good snap. Ledley gets it away. Sidewinder, end over end.
Let it go.
Good job across the 40 and going to be down just across the 39-yard line. So a good punt again by Ledley. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jersey Panthers with 8:50 left in the football game, and Lincoln with a tenacious 1-point lead.
Yeah, this is a nail-biter getting down here, Bob. Under 9 minutes, and they're on their own 44, but they've moved the ball well tonight, and Railers defense has to come up strong at least one more time here.
We've been able to pick up a couple of fumbles. Let's see what Hefner's going to do here. He's going to come up under the center to Santos, hand off to the tailback, and he gets some good running room. He's going to be close to a first down. They stop him before the first down. I think they're going to give him about, by the time they spot it, they're going to give him about 9 yards.
Yeah, he kept battling there, and they didn't blow a whistle as he kept battling, and he got near midfield to the 48-yard line.
2nd and 1. Up under center, the quarterback, Hefner. He's got it. Hand off, first down. Stays on his feet. Drags the rail splitters with him. Wow. And still on his feet. Deep into Lincoln territory. And that is a gigantic gain at this point in the game for the Jersey Panthers. They stop the clock momentarily to move the chains.
Yeah, the Railers just don't have any answer for this running game right now, and they're just biting off big chunks of yardage as they move down there on the 17 now.
1st and 10, as you said, Coach, at the 17.
That was about a 30-yard run all told.
They've got some tough running backs. Hefner up under center. Hands off to his tailback. Stays on his feet, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. No flags on the play. And that's going to give the lead back to the Jersey Panthers.
17-yard touchdown run.
19-14. So do they go for 2 here?
There's an injury, a Railer down there in the end zone. Not sure who it is.
Let's hope it's just a cramp. 7:55 remains for the football game, and Jersey, the Panthers, have taken the lead back by 5, 19-14. They may go for 2 here, since the last point after was blocked by Frank Sanders for the Rail Splitters.
Trying to see who that is way down there. It's hard to see.
They're helping him up. It's just a cramp. Probably in his calf.
It's 22.
That's Ledley. And he plays both sides of the football.
Yeah.
Tough kid. Comes to the sidelines with the trainer.
You're right. They're coming to the line of scrimmage. They're going to go for 2 here.
Boy, this would be a big stop here.
See, watch. I think we're going to see the tailback get the ball here.
Hefner up under center. There's a snap off the right side. Did they stop him? I think they did.
Yes.
They stopped the 2-point conversion. So Lincoln has a chance now with 7:55 left in the football game. A touchdown would give them a 1-point lead, and the Angel, he'll kick the extra point if we get the touchdown.
Yeah, the Railers have to come up with some offense. We haven't seen much since early in the game, and they've got to find a way to get some blocking up front and spring a runner. And sideline looks like, the guys hanging their heads a little bit. You don't see a lot of enthusiasm, but they're still in this game. As you said, Bob, 7:55 left here in the fourth quarter, only down by 5. So the Railers have still a great opportunity.
All the kickoffs sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals. For all your construction needs, I was out there today looking for some scaffolding. They'll help you out. Bob was out there to help me out. I asked him what his name was. He said, Bob. Well, I'm Bob too. And they're one of our fine sponsors here for the kickoffs. That's Chicago Street Rentals out on Kickapoo Street. Griffith going to kick it away. And it's going to come down. It looks like to Decker. Decker back at about the 5-yard line. He's got to hang on to that football. He's got some good running room, and he's taken down around the 25-yard line. What'll be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby, with 7:47 left in the football game. Lincoln down by 5, 19-14. Placement of the ball, the 25-yard line.
We only officially have Railers down for only 4 first downs here in the whole game, 2 in the first half, 2 in the second. We might have missed one there, but they have not moved the ball very well other than that long 63-yard touchdown run.
Rail splitters flank to each side. Darren Stevens out of the guns, got the snap, wants to throw. Does along the sideline, completing the first down.
He's out to the 40. I think that's Keon. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell by that mask he wears.
Yeah.
You can't see his number. Wears that large tinted mask. Protect his eyes out there.
To the 40-yard line.
And that's a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. Darren Stevens to Keon Carson. They've been doing that ever since they were freshmen for the Rail Splitters.
He had plenty of time to throw. Good blocking up front.
Stevens out of the gun, looks along the line of scrimmage. He's got the snap, wants to throw again. He's got time. No, now he's got to run with it, and he's back up, about the 39. Lost a yard there. Good pressure there by the Jersey Panthers. They're going to say, yeah, he lost a yard. It's back to the 39. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Rail Splitters. Clock on the move. 7:20 left for the football game. Rail Splitters trail by 5, 19-14.
He tried to roll to his left that time, Bobby. He does a better job when he can roll right, but he was rolling left and just couldn't shake the tackler.
Stevens out of the shotgun. He'll wait for the snap from O'Donohue. Man in motion. He's got it. Here's the handoff. Off the right side. Good running room. Stay on your feet. Gets out to about the 40. He's gonna call it about the 48-yard line. I think that was Isaac Decker.
Yeah, it was Decker. Again, the reverse. We've seen it many times. The reverse. He gets it out, as you said, to the 48. That was about a 9-yard pickup. That's a nice run.
Yeah, that was a good spot there for the Rail Splitters. 6:35 left for the game. Jersey Panthers 19, Lincoln Rail Splitters 14. 3rd and 2, and down territory for the Rail Splitters. 3rd and 2 at their own 48-yard line. Kobe Glenn split wide to the far side of the field. Stevens, the lone man in the backfield. Going to hand it to Keon Carson. Carson's going to have to run it wide to the outside. He's got a 1st down and more along the sideline, and he's into Panther territory, and they're going to say at the 45, make that maybe the 44-yard line. It is the 44-yard line, and that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. Keon Carson on the run again to the Panther 44-yard line.
That was about an 8-yard pickup, Bob, and that time he was able to get to the outside and turned it upfield on the far sideline, on the Jersey sideline, and picked up the first down, as you said, in their territory.
Under 6 minutes, Rail Splitters down by 5, 19-14. Stevens out of the gun. He wants to throw again along the sideline, and that looks like it's complete. He dives for the first down marker. We're going to say his foot was out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
I think that's Isaac Decker on the catch.
So that's an 8-yard pickup. So it'll be 2nd and a deuce for the Rail Splitters.
8-yard pickup for the Railers.
Stop the clock. I believe he went out of bounds. 5:42 left for the game. Lincoln needs 6 points. They're down by 5. Stevens out of the gun. He's got a man in motion. Hand off right side. We got the first down and more. That may be Decker again. They're going to mark it at the 32.
Decker, the ball carrier.
Isaac Decker on the run, and a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby, as the moon rises in the east. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 5:33 left for the game.
A lot of time left for the Railers here. They just need to keep marching the ball, moving it both in the air and on the ground right now.
First home game of the year here at Hanlon Field. They come off the road 2-0 on the season. They look for their 3rd win here. Number 12 is Darren Stevens. Man in motion's got the snap. Wants to throw along the sideline, incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 32.
His receiver really wasn't open out there, Bob. There was some good coverage, and he just overthrew him.
5, that stops the clock at 5:09. 2nd and 10 at the 32. Stevens looks to the sideline. He's got the signal. Goes back into the huddle. The Rail Splitters go up on the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 at the 32. 5:09 for the game. Lincoln needs a touchdown out of that wing formation. Here's the snap. Heavy pressure. Gets it away. Incomplete. Oh, it's Almost intercepted. Threw it right into the hands of the Panther player, and now the Panthers get the ball with 5:01 left in the game. Defense really going to have to come up big here.
Yeah, he didn't have time to find. He had a receiver there, but the pressure came from his right side, and he tried to roll left, and he just threw the ball. It wasn't on target, and they had a defender there to make the catch.
Rail Splitters will be looking to punch it loose here. Checking in on defense for the Rail Splitters, that's number 33, Owen Grant. He made the big tackle last time to knock it loose. Here's the play. Running play up the middle, stays on his feet. Railer's not getting the tackles, just trying to knock the ball loose, and a big first down at midfield. And that's Withrow. He's had a great game tonight for the Jersey Panthers, and he brings the ball out to their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10. 4:54 left for the game.
Yeah, he's a ton now down there, Bob. The Railers have not been able to stop him. His total yardage. We don't keep the other team. We don't keep Jersey's stats, but he's got a lot of yards tonight. I'm sure he's well over 100 yards.
19-14 the score. The Jersey Panthers lead it. 4:39 for the game. 1st and 10 at their own 46. Hefner, the quarterback, got the snap. Hands to the tailback. Right side, stays on his feet, spins, and now he's got a first down. Now he's inside to the 39-yard into Lincoln territory.
Withrow, the ball carrier.
Withrow again on the run. He's a beast. He gets the job done for his team. They move the chains. 4:24 left for the game.
I think he'd get tired, Bob, but when you're ahead and you're driving, you don't get tired, and he just keeps running hard, and the Railers just are not able to get him down. They can't tackle him very well.
Long time in the huddle. They got plenty of time to run down that play clock. Clock's on the move. 5:05 for the game. Hefner looks along the line of scrimmage. Now he comes up underneath the center. DeSantos gets the snap, hands to the tail. Oh, he's wrapped up, and he dives ahead. Still gets some yardage. They wrapped him up the line of scrimmage, but he dives ahead and picks up maybe 2 or 3 yards at the Lincoln 38-yard line.
I'm trying to see. I think that was Sanders on the final stop there. He got hit initially, and then Sanders got him down to the ground.
2nd and 8 now for the Panthers.
They're going to take their time in the huddle and let that clock run. The Railers, I know, used one timeout earlier in the half here, so they still have a couple left, but they need a couple big stops here.
Whale of a football game tonight. 3:17 left for the game. Hand off to the tailback. He just pushes it ahead.
They're just not, the Railers defense is just not able to stand in front and stop. They're tackling from the sides, and he just short of the first down, I think. No? Yeah, they're giving him the first.
Talking it over the officials.
He's short by inches, I'd say.
3:06 left for the game. Got to make a tackle. Definitely got to get the football back.
They're going to measure here for the first down. I wonder why the clock stops. They're measuring, pulling the chains out here.
Well, it won't be very far going home tonight, Coach.
No, it'll be a short drive tonight, and I don't think we'll get lost either.
No, a lot closer than Charleston. Well, that was a rare time we didn't get lost last time. I want to thank Lloyd Kirby and Joe Lee for keeping us on the air and bringing you the game live. And all our fine sponsors, of course, and our fans out there. A great showing out here of the fans. Large student body off to our right.
Yeah, a good crowd. They stayed for the game. It's been a good game. It's not over yet. It's not in the books. The Railers, a turnover would be great here.
Well, that was a first down, so it's 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 29-yard line. 2 receivers here to the near side, one on the far side of the field. Out of that I formation, Hefner will come up under center. And they keep the clock rolling now. Down to the 3-minute marker. Hefner taking his time going up under center.
Yeah, he's going to let that play clock roll down and get close to 0 before he snaps it.
8 seconds. Now he's up under center. There's the snap. And Withrow. Yeah. They wrap him up right. The fumble.
They got it back.
Oh, brother. Man, we got the fumble we wanted.
Somebody hit him early. We can't catch numbers down there sometimes. It might have been. He's not up yet. There he is.
Panthers been a loss.
That's Sanders again?
Of a couple of yards.
I think so.
Yeah, he hit him initially and right at the line of scrimmage. Actually lost a yard back to about the 31. Lost a couple yards, but ball come loose, but they got it back.
And that young man's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Frank Sanders, 2:20 left for the game. Weighs in, what is he, 6'2", about 195.
That's it.
Hefner looking along the line of scrimmage. And as you said, Coach, he's letting that clock run down. There's the snap. Pitch to the back. Oh, he slips. I think his knee went down.
Hold it down. Now we'll take a timeout.
That was a loss there.
Possibly.
They still haven't stopped the clock.
No way I'm taking it yet.
His knee went down at the 35-yard line, a loss of 4.
We'll throw down in the backfield.
Problem is,
must be some dew on the field.
Well, it could be. It's a pretty still. There's no wind, so maybe.
We saw Kanai slip that one time, and now Withrow did. Clock's still running down to 1:27.
Yeah, there's only 8 on the play clock.
3rd and 16. You're going to have to hurry up and snap it.
Nope, they took a timeout.
There's their timeout. So with the score, 19-14 in favor of the Jersey Panthers over the Lincoln Rail Splitters, a minute 16 left in the game. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep
throw up the middle.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Hefner's got the snap. Hands off to the tailback, and the Rail Splitters are there. They stop him quickly.
Timeout.
Minute 15 on the clock.
It was not Withrow. They gave it to the up back, and the Railer defense was right there at the line of scrimmage and stopped him for, well, if they put the ball down, I think it's on the 35.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh.
No, what, a penalty?
Oh, my. 5 yards against the Railers for something.
To the 30 they go. So that's going to be like 3rd and 11 now. Or 4th? No, 3rd and 11.
Still 3rd. I didn't see what the call was for.
3rd and 11, a minute 15 on the game clock.
I saw no signal, Bob, so I don't know what they called a 5-yard penalty for the Railers. Maybe they were offside. Maybe they're lined up offsides.
DeSantos comes up over the football. Hefner going to operate out of the shotgun this time. 3rd and 11. Got the snap. Good coverage by the Rail Splitters, but no, they get loose and in for the touchdown. Touchdown for the Panthers. I heard somebody cheering up here in the booth, and I realized it was the radio for Jersey.
Yeah.
25-14, Jersey leads it with 1:09 left in the football game. Well, the Rail Splitters put up a good battle tonight. Just wasn't meant to be.
Well, I'm sure everybody, including myself, thought they would run that ball there, and they made a nice fake and threw over the middle, and he was open, and nobody tackled him. He went right into the end zone. 35-yard touchdown run. Extra point kick is up and good.
It makes it 26-14 with a minute 9 left in the football game. You're listening to Lincoln Rail Splitter Football. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You can say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You can chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Away for the Panthers, and it's going to come down to Isaac Decker, and Decker is out up there on the 25-yard line. And so it's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. With 1:03 left in the football game, Lincoln trails at 26-14. They'll get a few plays here before it's over with. Next week it's homecoming here at Lincoln. You say that's against Muhammad Seymour?
Yes.
Ball spotted around the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Wide receivers flanked on each side of the field. Stevens giving a few orders out there to his teammates. Got a man in the slot. Now he's going to roll to his right. Throws it out there on the flat to Keon Sanders. Breaks a tackle along the sideline. Tips toes. Then he's finally knocked out of bounds. Keon Carson, nice job as he always does. And that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down up to the 31-yard line. And that's the way we like it for the Rail Splitters. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
12-yard pickup on that play.
56.8 seconds left. Here come the Railers. O'Donoghue's going to snap it to Stevens. He's going to roll to his left. Now he's going to plant and just throw it away along the sideline. So that'll be 2nd and 10 at 31-yard line.
Yeah, that one close. There's 3 white shirts down there, 1 receiver for the Railers, and not much of a chance to complete that. I don't know if he was kind of throwing it away more than anything.
I believe so, yeah. 51.5 seconds left. 2nd and 10 with the 36-yard line. That's Smith flank wide to the left. He had the touchdown last game. There's Stevens. He's looking. Throws along the sideline, complete. And that's going to be a first down. That is Gabe Smith, the young man, the sophomore that got the touchdown last game. So that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby, with 43.5 seconds left. The ball is caught at the 48-yard line of Lincoln. Stevens out of the gun. Now he's got time, throws it along the sideline. He just threw that one away. 2nd and 10 now, stops the clock with 30.9 left. Panthers lead the Rail Splitters 26-14. Half a minute left in the football game.
Now sorry, Bob. The Railers aren't giving up. You know, they're trying to move the ball downfield, and they've picked up a couple first downs via the air. Incomplete passes stop the clock, so they've got some chances to get a few more plays in here. Would like to get another score on the board, even though it won't be enough for a victory.
Rail Splitter ball at the 49-yard line. Stevens got 1 running back with him off to his right. Now he's got the snap. He's going to throw it. No. Throws it away. Keon Sanders, the intended receiver, but good coverage on him. 3rd and 10 now. Clock stops at 26.9 seconds. Rail Splitter's got a couple more throws to try to get onto the board.
You know, remember watching last year in the Mohammed game, the Railers were able to throw the ball around the field and had some big runs, big plays, and we need one of those right now.
Rochelle checks in for the Rail Splitters up on that front line. 3rd and 10, Darren Stevens out of the shotgun. Got the snap from O'Donoghue. This time rolls right, throws out in the flats, got his man, stays on his feet. That's Keon Sanders at the 40 to the 35 along the sideline, runs it out of bounds, stops the clock at the 33-yard line. Well-designed play, and that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and that's the way we like it, baby, with 18.2 seconds left in our football game on this Friday night under the lights here. A beautiful night for football in Lincoln. Just a beautiful day to be alive.
Absolutely.
Darren Stevens out of the gun. He's got the snap. He's got time now.
We got a nice block there.
Goes long.
Deep.
Oh, boy. They got a little bit of a hand on it, and Keon just couldn't get his hands on it. Good coverage down there.
Yeah, he had double coverage down there, and the ball kind of went by a hand, and that probably blocked his view a little bit, and just couldn't quite connect on it. But Stevens threw a nice ball, got it down to the end zone.
2nd and 10, and as I said, those two guys have been operating together for, well, this is the 3rd year, ever since they got here at Lincoln High School. Who knows, they might have played out on the Eaton fields together. Stevens out of the gun, 2nd and 10, ball at the 33. Darren's got the snap, rolls to his left this time, looks, fires.
He completed it, and it might be a first down. I don't know who it is.
Hard to tell.
Decker.
Isaac Decker. And that is a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down. That's the way we like it, maybe with 4.7 seconds. 1st and 10. This could be the last play of the game.
Get it off.
There's the snap.
Oh, fumbled it.
And that's going to end the ball game. A final score: the Jersey Panthers 26 and the Lincoln Rail Splitters 14. We'll be back in a minute.
Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry and Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to
Hanlon Field, our first game this year from Hanlon Field. The Rail Splitters came in with a record of 2 wins and 0 losses, and the Jersey Panthers came in with 1 win and 1 loss. And the Panthers win tonight in a well-fought game, 26-14. And Coach Ken Schweitzer, let's take a look back at the football game and how did it go?
Well, let's go through the scoring. The Railers scored first in that first quarter at 8:30 mark on a Keon Carson 63-yard lightning run around the outside. Angel Harrow kicked the extra point. We were up 7-0. They answered in the second period just before halftime with 2 minutes left on a Chase Withrow 12-yard run. Their kicker kicked it and tied the score. 7-7 at the half. Then going into the third quarter, the Railers struck first at the 10-18 mark on a touchdown pass from Darren Stevens to Keon Carson, 23 yards. Harrow's extra point made it 14-0, but then the Jerseyville came back late in the third quarter with another Withrow run, 5 yards. Their extra point was blocked. Lincoln still had the lead, 14-13. But in the fourth quarter, 2 Jerseyville touchdowns sealed the game, 26-14. They just their running game was too much for the Railers. Weren't able to stop them, slow them down. Their tailback Withrow, Chase Withrow, he's a ton, Bob, and we didn't handle him well. This game was a lot like last year's game, where we went down to Jerseyville and lost 32-16, and had some penalties like we did tonight that hurt us. One cost us a touchdown, and they had a lot of first downs last year. They had a lot of first downs this year. They controlled the clock, they controlled the ball, and they won the game.
And our hats off to the Jersey Panthers. They are a good football team, and we wish them all the best. They came into the Lincoln tonight, and they gave us all we wanted, and we ended up on the wrong end of it, 26-14. But they are a good football team, well coached. Got a tough kid in Withrow who picks up big yardage all throughout the game. And the Rail Splitters, they'll come back next week for homecoming against Muhammad Seymour.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You lose a game. We knew they were going to get scored on sometime, and I think in reality everybody knew they probably wouldn't go 9-0. They were going to lose a game or two. But next week will be a real test. First of all, against Muhammad, as you said, but secondly, to see how the Railers respond to this defeat and come out and hopefully play a tough game next week, and hopefully be victorious.
Well, Coach, the final score tonight, Jersey Panthers 26, the Lincoln Rail Splitters 14. We want to thank all the fans out there. What a great showing of fans for these Rail Splitters coming home for the first game here at Hanlon Field. Student body was in good shape, cheering their classmates on. I want to thank our sponsors. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. And, of course, our general manager, Jim Ash. I want to thank Lloyd Kirby for his job of engineering, setting all the equipment up, getting us out there over the airways so people can watch us on the TV or the computer or ever how they watch us. And we want to thank Jolie in her rookie season at the station. She gets us on the radio on 96.3 FM. And, of course, I want to thank my partner, Coach Ken Schweitzer. At least he's got a short ride home tonight. And too bad the Rail Splitters couldn't win it. Coach has always got his heart in it because he coached here for many, many years in the Lincoln Rail Splitter football program. But it wasn't meant to be. Final score tonight, the Jersey Panthers 26 and the Lincoln Rail Splitters 14. Bobby V reporting. Thanks for listening.
Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Phone 888-924-3786. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Farm and Home Supply. Shop Farm and Home Supply for all your farm, home, and outdoor needs. Stop by at 1501 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Triplet Heating and Cooling, servicing all brands of residential and commercial HVAC systems in the Lincoln and Logan County area. Call 217-651-8683, Triplet Heating and Cooling, an authorized Bryant dealer. Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home, providing peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Family owned and operated by Chris and Leslie Bennett. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer football, Town & Country Bank helps empower the financial well-being of communities, one person at a time. Online at townandcountrybank.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Rail Splitter football. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.